There's no need to make an unboxing of this. There's nothing inside. It's just the cable and the phone. So let's do something different and then we'll talk about the phone. Hello, my name is Otto and welcome to the channel. Samsung came out with their new flagship lineup a few weeks ago. The entry-level S21, the top-of-the-line S21 Ultra, and this one, the S21 Plus that I've been using for a while as my main phone. So this review is going to be about this phone from an average consumer point of view who had the S20 Plus in 2020. So let's start with the new design. It looks amazing. We have a front display that has a new Gorilla Glass Victus. The back is also made out of glass, and the frame is made of aluminum. When we get to the top, it grabs together with a triple camera setup. The camera setup looks unique. The design is very clean, and I think that was Samsung's idea, to make this lineup stand out from the competition and even from their own phones. There are three main colors: Phantom Violet, Phantom Black, which looks very elegant, but black phones are not really what I like, so I chose this Phantom Silver. All three colors have a matte finish and texture, which attracts less fingerprints, and for me, that is something that I do appreciate. The screen size is 6.7 inches. Samsung is dropping the curved edges, and now this device has a flat screen. I used to like the curved edge ever since they came out, but the main problem that they had was the fact that it was easy to touch the screen by accident. And with a flat screen, that's gone. The phone now is also easier to pick up even if you don't have a case. So looking at the frame of the phone, on the left side, it's just plain. There's nothing there. On the top, we have two microphones. On the right side, we have the volume and power button. And at the bottom, we have the SIM tray, a speaker, a microphone, and a USB-C port. Besides the speaker at the bottom, we have another one at the earpiece, and both combined, they sound good. Let's do a quick speaker test. The size of this phone feels really good. It's not too big and it's not too small. 6.7 inches has become a popular and balanced size, and for good reason. And my personal favorites are: number 1, the display size for watching videos, reading, gaming, or anything that you can think of is just enough without sacrificing portability. Number 2, I do a lot of messaging and also emails and things like that, where I have to use the keyboard a lot. And here I have plenty of space between characters and even an independent row for the numbers. Number 3 is the battery capacity. Bigger phones usually means bigger batteries. And for me, that usually means less charging during the day, more screen time, and not having to worry about the phone dying during the day. At the top of the screen, we have a hole punch cutout for the camera. Samsung has been doing this for a while, and I do like this a lot. It just allows you to have more screen real estate, and it's simple, but it's efficient. When Samsung announced their new lineup for 2021, I was a little bit confused, because the phone that I had, the S20 Plus, had a 1440 display. It had 12 gigs of internal memory, and it could also use a micro SD card to expand the storage. And now the resolution is 1080p, it has 8 gigs of internal memory, and you can't use a micro SD card anymore. So I remember myself looking at my smartphone and thinking, this one is better than the 2021 version. But then I had a few good reasons to get this one of them being the trading program that Samsung offers every year, where at the end I only spend like $100 for this phone, but that's gonna be a story for another video. Now, I feel that I was somehow wrong about the whole thing. This phone has a 1080p display, but it looks gorgeous. It is bright, it is very colorful, and I don't feel like I missed that 1440 display. Combine that with a 120Hz refresh rate, and I would dare to say that we have one of the best displays on the market right now. Also, the refresh rate is adaptive, and what that means is that when the screen doesn't need to go that high, it will go down to 48Hz to save battery. I haven't noticed any lag due to the smaller internal memory, and at this point, I think that this is all because of the newest Snapdragon 888 chip that comes with this phone. Outside of the US and China, this phone is gonna have the Exynos 2100, but I've been reading some of the reviews on this chip and it seems to be very good. Not as good as the Snapdragon, but still quite good. Another improvement that this phone has over the last year is the ultrasonic fingertip sensor. Now it's bigger and faster than last year, and on paper, that's what it says, but I have to admit that it now feels very snappy when I use it. The battery capacity on this phone is 4800 mAh, which is a small bump from last year. And I use my phone quite frequently every day, emails, YouTube, social media, you name it. And after 13 hours without charging and about 4.5 hours of screen time, I still have about 45% of battery remaining. The S21 Plus supports fast charging, wireless charging, and reverse charging to charge other devices that can be charged wirelessly. The only thing that I feel that I am missing is a microSD memory card slot. According to other fellow YouTubers, nobody uses that anymore anyway. Maybe it was just me. But if you need to have some kind of external memory without using the cloud, you can get one of these memory card readers, or you can buy one of these portable SSD hard drives. They cost around $100 depending on the size, and they are fast, reliable, and they are water and dust resistant, lightweight, and small. So let's talk about the cameras. In the front, we have a 10 megapixel camera, and in the back, we have the triple camera setup, which is composed with an ultra-wide 12 megapixel camera, a wide or normal 12 megapixel camera, and a 64 megapixel telephoto camera. It has a hybrid zoom which can go up to 30x, but it seems to be good at 3x and maybe at even 5x. But anything higher than that, I don't think is worth using. Unlike past years, it seems that Samsung chose to deliver less saturation on the pictures, but they still feel very punchy in their colors. There is something about these cameras. In the past years, I haven't been so impressed with the Samsung's cameras, except maybe the S6 lineup that came out 5 or 6 years ago. Last year, I got my hands on an iPhone 12 and I just had to put away my Samsung S20 Plus because I was blown away by the pictures that I was getting with the iPhone. And the way I feel about this camera now is, the more I use it, the more I like it, because it's doing a good job. I don't take a lot of selfies, but portrait mode also did a good job, and I do like the results and the multiple ways they have to customize those pictures. Making videos with this phone seems to be very good as well. I like that you don't have to dig through the menus anymore to select the resolution and the frames per second. They are now on the upper row and you can easily select them. You can shoot 8K at 24 frames per second, not really that impressive, and I don't think I would use it. You can also shoot 4K and 1080p at 30 and 60 frames per second. And if you switch to Pro Video, you're going to be able to change lots of settings like the ISO, the white balance, the shutter speed, and so on. And it will also let you choose 24 frames per second at 4K or at 1080p. Video stabilization is decent, but it's not going to beat having the phone on a gimbal, as you are going to be able to see on these two clips. The Samsung S21 Plus sells for $1,000, It is an expensive phone, but if you want to save some money, make sure to check out Samsung websites for offers. On Amazon, there are going to be price drops down to around $800. They already had this price for a few days, and if you're not in a hurry, just keep checking on Amazon. Amazon does this every year with the new Samsung devices, so it was not a random mistake. Let me know what you think about this phone in the comments down below. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. My name is Otto, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.